Hello folks, welcome back. New movie. It's only been a day since the last one, so I had pretty good response on it, so it was I thought it was fun to do another one, especially on a fly that a lot of people have been asking me about in the last couple of years, and a lot of people have bought it from me, and yeah, it caught bunches of salmon the last summers. It's an old pattern. It looks a bit like the Siln pattern from Freudian, but it's not a copy. And this pattern was made way before that book came out. So yeah, it's called BBR. It's black, blue, red. It's a pattern for clear water in general, like Vefsna, Bayern, Lærdal. Yeah, especially rivers that are clear. So it's been good in both rainy days, sunny days, in the evening, yeah, like all the time actually. I make it in different sizes, all from like 2 to 3 centimeters to 10 centimeters, depending on which time of the year or which time of the summer I fish. This summer it was a huge success in Vefsna and Bayern and yeah, different good rivers. So I'm going to show what materials I use. I'm actually using it's quite a heavy fly because it's tied on a, I'm going to show you Stanton tube. Yeah, this is the 19mm Stanton tube, signature tube from Sean Stanton. I don't know if you see it, but this is how it looks. So we're gonna use that one, and I'm using a clear inner tube. So I have a bunch of tubes here, as you can see. 1.8mm future fly inner tube fits perfectly. That's what we're gonna use. I'm using a dubbing, like in the middle of the fly to make some yeah, almost like a little Hackel in front. I'm using the Sealice silver, this one, for the body. Yeah, of course. I'm always having on this fly. I'm using a red hotspot actually. This is a thread that I'm also using a lot of in my bodies in the sunray variation flies I tie. It's a Ultra Thread 70 made from yeah, I think it's Unithread. I'm not sure actually, but it's a really good color. It's really bright red. So yeah, the tying thread is red as well. And for the underwing, I'm using natural white polar bear. You can also use white goat, white fox I mean, if you want to, or you can do maybe natural squirrel if you have that. The Hackel is blue. That's like red, black, blue, as I told you. I'm a really fan. I can say something about that as well because I'm really what can I say, really strict when it comes to the hackle of my flies. When I buy a soft hackle patch, I have to inspect it first, because this is what I want them to look. Really, the feathers are really close, and it's really, you have big ones, you have small ones, you have, it's perfect for front hackle and the salmon flies, and also sea trout flies, etc. So this is a silver Dr. Blue color. You can probably use some normal blue as well, but this is what I've been using all the time. And for the top wing, I use just black temple dog. On the temple dog as well, you can get, if you buy a temple dog patch on the internet, you can get a really bad quality temple dog, really fluffy one. I don't like them. I want them to be soft and really, yeah, really clean like this. If you see this, this is how I want them to look. Yeah, so also when I pick temple dogs, I inspect them first. Here is the smaller one, you can see. It's really good quality on it. It makes the fly look prettier and it doesn't give it that much volume, and I think it looks nicer when it swims in the water. Very often you want the profile of the fly to be yeah, like a fast, nice bait, or something that like trigger the salmon to take the fly. So for me, the shape of the fly is really important. Of course, if you're going to do a really big fly for June fishing, when the water are really high, etc., you can use your socks, I guess, to tie a fly. But it's for me, I think I have much more faith in the fly when I tie it with good materials, and that's really important for me. If I have a fly in the box that looks really bad, and I have another one in the same pattern that looks really good, I always pick the good one. And I don't think the salmon cares that much, but the fishermen do. So if you have a lot of faith in what you're doing, you're gonna succeed much more. That's my theory. It's been a discussion like in social media for a long time now about jungle cock. It's hard to get hold of the jungle cock here in Norway because of the site certificates. So somebody import them from other countries, and that's illegal. Yeah. But for me, I do all my flies with jungle cock. Simple as that. I have some batches from earlier that I bought, and yeah, it's starting to get empty now, so I need to figure out how to get more. Yeah, well, so yeah, jungle cock, of course, it's something I always use. I have different colors as well. But here we're gonna use, let me see, we're gonna use a natural cape. So that's what we're gonna use there. On the flash in the wing, I'm using the Sealice silver from Ferdin as well, same as the dubbing, but as a flash. And to the end, we're gonna finish off with another Hackel, and this is ringneck rump in Kingfisher Blue from Flyco. So that makes like a, call it a spay Hackel. It's not a spay Hackel, but it looks like a spay Hackel, and it's really good, and I think it gives the fly something extra. Probably the salmon doesn't care, but I do, so that's what matters, I think. So let's get going then. Okay, so what I've been doing now is I just used the red tying thread and tied in the tube so it won't move, and even if it's glued, I always tie it in there so it don't move forward. So now I'm using the really bright red tying thread to make a hotspot. So what I do, I start at the back, like here, cutting off this one. Then I use super glue, like just dipping it like that, not that much, you don't need much. And then afterwards you just start tying it in. Like that. Then you just close it. Normally I do I super glue over again, but that will take a bit of time to dry, so I skip that now, just to show you guys how it is. And now we use the red tying thread. Get that in. Like that. And yeah, of course, I forgot something. The body of the fly. It's a Sealice silver braid from Fredin. He has really good braids, so that's why I use them, the holographic ones. So this is how I tie it in. I just leave it under and pull it up. Give it a couple of turns, and I tie myself forward. I fill the holes in tubes with the tying thread, like this. This is also a 19mm tube from Stanton. And I do super glue all over the tube, like that. And then I just start rolling on the braid, so I make the body of the fly. Like that. Then I'm tying myself backwards, so I'm getting a bit over the thread, like that. Cut off the waist, like that. Okay. Now, you really want to like have some dubbing in front here, because I think it makes a lot of life in the fly, and like the flash is always good, I think. So I take a bunch of dubbing like this, tie it in with a half stick, like that, and I take the front fibers and I bend it backwards, like this. There you go. So now it's completely spread out around the fly. Most is on the top, but you can just pull them down on the sides if you want to. And I take the scissor and just take out the loops, like that. Okay. Now I do the white polar bear, the natural one. So I cut off a bunch, and here is the little trick I can tell you. Everybody is normally pulling out all the underwool of the polar bear, but I usually pull out maybe half of it. So I leave a bit left. That's to make a little volume there, so I get the good shape of the fly. So I take out all the loose fibers, the loose hair. And you want to have it like this, maybe, yeah, let's say half, yeah, twice of the length of the body, I guess. There we go. Tie that in, like that. You cut off the loose piece there. Now I'm using some head cement. There you go. The body of the fly, like that. Okay, so that's the underwing. Now I do the first hackle. So when I'm picking out a hackle, I usually just pick out one that I think looks great and are not too big and not too small. Yeah, I think I got one. A little tip is if you're going to tie up a bunch of flies, you want to take out 10 pieces, maybe if you're going to tie 10 flies of Hackel before you start doing this. You tie in the Hackel, cutting off using a Heckle tool like that, and you want to spin it. I pull the fibers backwards every time I goes forward. Pull backwards, go forward, and then I lock it like that. Now it's in place. I cut off the stem like that. And now I want to have the wing. Shit, I forgot. First you need maybe, yeah, let's say 4 strands of the flesh like that, and then you pull it back like that. And you cut it, not just, but you like take it a bit in different levels. Okay guys, sorry, I was a bit, I went out of battery and I changed the lens of the camera, so let's see how this goes. So yeah, the flash is on. Now we're gonna take the wing, pull out a piece of some good quality temple dog, black, and pull out the underwool. Not all of it, but a bit, and then I just clean it out, the loose fibers. Okay, and I take this maybe 1.5 to 2 centimeters longer than the polar bear. As I told you guys earlier, it's really easy to tie in temple dog compared to like goat, yeah, etc. So there you go. And you just trim off the waist like that. Some head cement like that. Now I'm going to take the ringneck rump, pull out one there, and here you don't have to have many reps, it's like maybe 2 reps maximum. You don't want to use the like the fluffy ones, you want to use the only the clean fibers. Okay, so there we go. I tie this in like that, and I always bend this part behind, and then I lock it to secure it completely. Okay, now the Heckle tool. You do this the same way as I did with Hackel. Just pull them backwards for each rep, like that. As you can see, I went not that many reps because of the feather is not that big, and you can also lock it up a bit. Just lay the thread above the stem, like here, just a bit above, so you lock the feather completely. Then it won't move like that. There you have the ringneck rump around. Nice little spay hackle that moves pretty well as it yeah, shows in the water. And then you trim off the stem, and let's put on some jungle cock. A little trick I learned a couple of years ago is I never trim them at all. Like, yeah, you see, I have all the feathers on. I take some spit and I bend them like this. And then they get this little shape. And then I place them on. And I tie it in with all the feathers on the jungle cock. As you can see now, it's lays completely fine down. I do the same with the other one. If you're gonna sell flies though, don't spit on them and sell them, especially in these COVID times. You see, like this. And then it's done. Now there is one really important thing for a jungle cock. That is to super glue it to the end, because then they hold so much longer, and this shit is expensive at the moment, so especially here in Norway. So you don't want to lose a lot of flies with the jungle cock. So I lock it with super glue like this. Be careful so you don't get super glue on the temple dog. Like that. And what I do now is I just trim off this small bastards here. Then I'm going to show you guys a trick. I pull off the whole fly, as you can see. And now I'm going to use the scissor to cut it. Here you need to be careful. You have to know how much material you cut, etc., so you don't cut important stuff. Okay, there it's off. And now I want to do some head cement on the head. Like that. And there you go. There you have the BBR, black, blue, red. And then you put on a silicone tube at the end here, if you want, or you can have it loose, doesn't matter. It's completely up to you, but this is an extremely good fly for clear water. Just trim it off a bit. So it was a bit much. The flash was a bit long, so yeah. But yeah, this is how it looks. So I'll see you guys later, and take care. So hope you enjoyed the video, and more will come. So, and remember to subscribe, and I'll be happy to teach on more flies if you guys are interested. See you later.